one of the best parts of my day is when somebody asks me about the origins of my company name. I get asked probably daily, I would say, about TepFu. Where does the name come from? I get asked it all the time. It really amuses me. And when I was creating the name, I remember I had so many discussions with people, and some people said to me it was a good name. Some people said to me they didn't like it. Some people warned me and said, you mustn't put your name in the company name. There were loads of things, but I knew in my heart and soul that it was a good name and it achieved what I wanted the brand to achieve. It came from the right place, even if other people couldn't see the whole picture. And when people um, ask me about my name, I'm reminded that everything has value. Everything has value in marketing. So I want you to think about your name, and I want you to think about your company name starts conversations for you. And because ultimately every part of your marketing should contribute to growth, even your name, perhaps especially your brand name, because it's the one thing that people see more than anything else, really, if you think about it. Your name is king. And there are four reasons why TepFu is called TepFu. So I'm going to share them with you now. The first is because um, I've had clients over the years, before I'd even started TepFu, tell me that they don't really understand what I do. That it's a bit like in the film Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda doesn't move, he doesn't make any effort, and yet there's a bun in his mouth. He always seems to be winning without lots of activity. And that was how they felt about me. They didn't understand how I got the result I got. They could see the result and they just see me standing there, not doing much. And they couldn't understand why. And so one of the first reasons why I'm called TepFu is because I love the fact that what I believe we do at TepFu is an art form. It is like Kung Fu Panda. We have turned laziness into a model. Now, when I say laziness, I mean efficiency, but efficiency is not nearly as sexy a word as lazy. Lazy gets your attention. Efficiency, not so much. So our philosophy of lazy marketing really is born out of Kung Fu Panda. I mean, it's born out of 22 years of marketing experience and commercial and business experience. But if you want to imagine who our spirit animal is, it's Kung Fu Panda, because without a lot of effort, we get the bun, we get the result. And that's the point. Why would you spend more energy getting a result if you could spend less? For us, that's super efficient. And we want our marketing to always achieve that for us and for other people. But there are three other reasons why the TepFu is called TepFu. And it's all to do with the foo bit. Foo stands for funnel. Everything in marketing should be building a funnel. Everything in your marketing should be funneling people towards you and allowing you to nurture them and connect with them and talk to them and progress them as potential clients and eventually to turn some of them into customers. So funnel is a major part of that. The next meaning of foo is follow up. Marketing's all about the follow up. You know, you create all this noise, you create all this activity, this engagement. People come towards you, they talk to you, they send you messages, they go into your pipeline, and then you do nothing. It's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. This is the reason why most marketing agencies won't work on performance related systems of payment, because most of the time it's the client end that causes an issue. The marketing might work, but if the client doesn't follow up, you know, they're just going to blame the marketing. But the reality is it's all in the follow up. Planning the follow up, structuring, architecturing the follow up into your business is vital. And the last thing that FU stands for, obviously the TEP bit is obvious. My name is Al Tepper. I hope that's obvious by now. But the last thing that FU stands for is FU. And this is why. In business, we convert a fraction of our pipeline. We don't convert the majority into customers. And that means that more people that we speak to are no's, not yeses. And what we want our marketing to do is to help the no's qualify themselves out quicker, so we don't spend any of their time or our time growing a relationship that isn't going to happen. So ultimately, we want the customer to give us the big FU. We want our non-customer, to tell us to go away. We want them to be able to qualify themselves out easily, quickly, effortlessly, without us spending time. The last thing we want to do is send a big pitch that we've worked on for weeks and weeks and weeks to somebody who's never going to be a client. It's a waste of their time and it's a waste of our time, and nobody wins. So that's what our brand name can create in terms of conversation. And it does every day start conversations with people. What does your brand create? What conversations does your brand create?